Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Namaste, Shapa Khair, Sat Sri Akal to all our friends on Desi Vibes 360. Good morning, Arun Singh. क्या हाल है?
फर्स्ट क्लास सोरेन अंशुल कहाँ है? नजर
अरे
नहीं आ रहा है।
यार अंशुल का कुछ ना कुछ चलते रहता है। इस बार ही इज आउट ऑफ टाउन फैमिली के साथ। उनके फैमिली में बहुत अभी कोई शादी होने वाला है उनके नेफ्यू का, तो जश्न मना रहे ऐश कर रहे।
या हमें लग रहा है आधे टाइम काम कर रहा है आजकल वो।
Your friend Anshul is out and he should be back shortly. But Arun and me are here with you to talk about the blockbuster match between India and Pakistan that finished last week. We are still gaga over that. We are still not over that match. It was such an amazing match, Arun. It was one of the best T20 matches that I've ever witnessed in my life. What do you think about how the match was?
Yeah, so I mean, we got this ticket back in February through a lottery, and we were all just waiting for this match for a long time, and so it was just fantastic atmosphere out there. You know, we got to New York, we had to park at some theater in Nassau County, and from there, we had to walk about mile and a half. It was all Indian jerseys.
Oh,
Few and far in between Pakistani fans, but the atmosphere was nice. There's a lot of chanting going on. All the irregular stuff like Pakistanis, yelling "Jeetega, bhai jeetega, Pakistan jeetega," and then guys coming over, "India jeetega." So there was some jostling going on, but it was all in good spirit. A lot of crowd. It took us about hour and a half to get in from the street to the stadium.
wow.
It was so many cars and such a long lines and security. As you know, there was a threat, some ISIS threat
Yeah.
about some lone wolf, person blowing up the place. So there's a lot of security. There was, helicopters flying overhead. So, and but if thankfully everything went safe and sound. But I'm here to tell the story. But it was a
Awesome.
fantastic experience to be there.
Have you ever witnessed a better T20? We have seen a lot of test matches and one days. Have you witnessed a better T20 match, that you can remember? Of course, the very first World Cup win of India in 2007, where we won the finals. That was fantastic. But does that come to mind? Any other match comes to mind that was better than this?
I'm saying that in the context, the brain was programmed for
Yeah.
200 runs, right?
Yeah.
If you don't score 200, then you're going to lose the match and maybe, score 170, 180.
Yeah.
And when India scored, like 119, 118, whatever that was.
Yeah.
I know after that, a lot of guys, Indian fans, they were leaving, they left.
Yeah.
And a lot of friends from, India send me text messages, they're going to bed, and, what a waste of time. And everybody was talking like that. And we thought, absolutely, they had no chance. I mean, I gave them a 20% chance, of winning that match.
True.
But 40 run first wicket came, they won't lose by 10 wickets, because I was thinking that we lost only one match to Pakistan in World Cup, and that was by 10 wickets. I think Rizwan and Babar played that, so I was thinking, it's just a repetition of that.
Yeah.
So obviously Pakistan fans were happy, delighted to see that, and we were just sitting there kind of hoping, hope against hope, right?
Yeah.
Even till it was 73 for 3,
Yeah.
I didn't think they can pull it off.
Yeah.
But when Rizwan got out against Bumrah, that's where we kind of felt like, maybe we're back in it.
Turning point.
And so that was a turning point. So I've seen a lot of, T20 matches that I've enjoyed, but this was more special because I did not think India can defend in 118 runs.
Yeah.
It was special in that regard.
Yeah. I wouldn't be me if I didn't, tell you some of my fantastic jokes. रोती हुई बहन को क्या बोलेंगे?
रोती हुई चुप हो जा.
नहीं, क्राइसिस.
Oh, crisis.
सिमरन के बाबूजी को दर्द हो रहा था, तो सिमरन ने पूछा कि कहाँ दर्द हो रहा है बाबूजी? बाबूजी ने पता है क्या बोला?
जहाँ पे जी रही हो.
नहीं, Jaw, Simran, jaw.
Oh my God. We're reaching new lows now.
Let's come back to the match now. What did you think when India lost, when Rohit lost the toss to Babar? We were watching at home, a bunch of us, friends over here, and we kind of were, in despair because we know from the previous matches that the team that wins the toss typically ends up winning the game. So we were a little down and out. But how was the reaction when Rohit lost the toss?
It was unanimous. You could hear that when Rohit lost the toss, all the Indian fans like, oh. And you could hear the Pakistani, fans, yes. Because it was a big toss. I think it was 40, 50 runs.
Yeah.
Because it was dark, it was cloud, and Shahidi was opening the Afridi first over, and you could barely see the ball. There was water on the field, so you could see the ball skipping.
Yeah.
We knew that sun's going to come out, so it was clearly like 30, 40 run advantage for the team batting second versus the first. Yeah. And that was a horrible toss to lose, but you still got to play the game, and I'm glad the boys played and they came out on the top.
So this was a game of two Indias, right? That we saw in this India versus Pakistan. And मैंने अपने blog में भी लिखा है, I'll post the link about our experiences. हम लोग तो खैर घर पे थे. But the part one was India batting, जिसके बारे में हम लोग कभी बात करेंगे. Arun, what did you think about the Indian batting? I was so disappointed. इनको सबको IPL में देखते हुए सब ठोक रहे हैं, right? 100, 200, 250, close to 300 runs. और यहाँ पे आके it was pathetic. They were giving like return schoolboy catches, completely unprofessional, completely dismal performance by the entire batting squad, including greats like Rohit and Virat.
Yeah, so ball phas ke aa raha tha. That you could see. Ball was gripping, so it was not coming the full speed.
तो कोई pitch में खराबी थी? What do you think?
Yeah, pitch में there was like bumps, lumps, and downs. So the lumps was, I guess, jumping up, and the other one was staying low if you hit the sound slide. So I felt like the Indians were playing more conservative. So if you go back and look at the tape, I think Bumrah got out just putting like this. Jadeja got out. Even Kohli was half shot.
Yeah.
So they had they had gone through the shot, but ball came a little bit later. So Indians, they were playing more conservative, and they gave up these simple catches. If you think about on the other side, the Pakistani players were playing more aggressive at the end. All their shots had gone through, and all the top fly were going to punt. And speaking of punt, I mean, he caught 2-3 catches. At the same time, the Pakistani fielders dropped 2-3 catches. India could have been like 45 for 6.
Yeah.
They dropped a couple of dollies out there I think they dropped 3 catches.
Yeah.
So as much as these guys are professional, but the pitch was uneven, it was cloudy, and it's a big match. Everybody gets all puckered up, right? So if they were playing, Ireland, they could just go for the shots, but nobody wanted to lose. You could see that tension in the stadium. But India got out playing more defensive, and Pakistanis got out playing more aggressive.
What did you think of the Pakistani bowling attack? I think they did a decent job against the Indian team, against a mighty Indian batting. I think they did really well.
Yeah, I mean, they bowled well. I was surprised to see Naseem Shah, he did not get the second over.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see he was coming up to bowl, but Babar tossed the ball to someone else. I forget who gave to. He should have been right there with Afridi.
Yeah.
And then he came in, and he was the best bowler that day.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. That was odd to see Naseem Shah not getting the ball. Even we were talking in the stands that thank God he's not going to be bowling because when he comes on, he's going to take wicket. And I think he took a wicket at very first over.
Yeah. And now this is the second India, which is a bowling attack spearheaded by the great Jasprit Bumrah. Which delivered for India, right? The part 2 of this movie, this great movie, was fantastic, right? What did you think about our bowling attack?
Yeah, so I mean, the bowling started out, well. Jasprit did his thing. Arshdeep was okay. Because the conditions were as such. It was only 119 runs, so these guys were trying to, get singles and ones and twos and try to get that. They almost pulled it off, but it wasn't for that, rash shot by Rizwan.
अच्छा, coming back to digressing, मैंने सुना था कि वहाँ पे in the skies they had some kind of advertisement flying. आपने देखा वो?
Yeah, so there was a plane just circling over the stadium, and first we didn't know what that was, and then we start reading, and it said, release Imran Khan.
Oh, wow.
So I was surprised how they pulled that off.
Yeah.
Especially that day, they had the air permission was pretty strict. Nobody could fly the plane, and you saw that mayor of New York, they had, cut out any other planes flying. So I was surprised to see, and that guy just circled around all over the stadium, releasing Khan. And people were, hooting and hollering, but that was a cool sight. I don't think television covered that.
No, we didn't watch it. I read about it later on.
But I recorded it, so maybe we'll just play this clip on this podcast.
Awesome. We'll show it to our viewers as well. So coming back to the match, so when it changed after Rizwan, actually at home we had given up. I was not even watching the match. We were more interested in food and the drinks. I started drinking. We thought that this was a repeat of what happened in the World Cup one-day match against Australia. अब तो आराम से जीत जाएंगे. But Bumrah and team, turned it around. So how was the mood at the stadium when things started turning around? Every run, every wicket, what must have been, you guys must have been growing crazy.
Yeah, it was euphoric, but at the same time, there's not that many runs.
Yeah.
So it was guarded optimism, like, okay, now we got 3 wickets, now it's 4 or 5. But India pulled off a couple of good catches. I think the Arshdeep.
Surya took off Babar as well.
But that was early in the game. That was low catch in the slips. But Arshdeep, there were 2 players going to collide, and he pulled that off. The crowd was just growing, but
don't forget Pant. Don't forget Pant, the catches that he took, running back.
No, I said that earlier, that he took those great catches.
Yeah.
But I did not still think that they can win the match till we got into the last over. Because he had 18 runs. And even then, Naseem Shah, I think, hit a couple of 4s, and we said, here we go again. But
Javed Mian, that repeat.
I said, here we go again. But because there were so, little runs, right? All it takes 1 over to knock 15-20, it's game over.
Yeah.
So, we were, cheering and screaming, I had lost my voice for 2 days. I could not speak. We were screaming so much. But I did not think they can win the match till the last over.
Yeah, awesome. And how about that 19th over by Jasprit, right? 3 runs and 1 wicket. That was amazing over.
That was a great over, but I think there was one of the closing overs by Akshar Patel, that he came in and maybe gave only 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And it was right around, I forget, 17th, 18th over. That was a game changer. That built the pressure on Pakistan.
All of them, except for that Siraj's over, which got 9 runs. Hardik bowled 1, Akshar bowled 1. Of course, Jasprit bowled 1. Arshdeep, they gave just 2-3 runs, right? They were very, very miserly in that.
The Siraj over, there was a no ball too. And we thought, definitely it's going to be a 6 here, but luckily it did not happen. But it was like, the runs were, if you think about, between the 2 teams, 230 runs were scored.
Yeah.
And, 19, 20 wickets, whatever that was. And IPL, you're getting 400 all day. So every run mattered. That was the whole thing. Like, every team was just, you could see the Pakistani fans, just cheering every run. Because the score was so small, and so it was a lot of fun. Obviously, with India-Pakistan match is always so exciting to be there with the fans, the flags, the drum beats and bhangra, everybody dancing. But everybody had a wonderful time.
Awesome. How was the mood? Of course, Indian fans were ecstatic, and you can see the dancing. You have videos, we'll post them as well. But how were the Pakistani fans after the game was over?
I mean, they were distraught. I made few friends from Pakistan. These guys are from Lahore and Karachi, right next to us, behind us. And we were talking, and I even told them, sorry. And the guy said, we're not sorry because I know Pakistan would find a way to lose the match. Because one of the guys said that if this was India and they had to score 120, hitting fours and sixes, this would be a big party place.
Yeah.
Look at Pakistan, just crumbling.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, they were distraught. You can imagine, because 90% were Indian fans.
True.
10% were Pakistani.
Right.
Had Pakistan won, you can imagine the sight. I'm sure they would have been rubbing it in, rightfully so. But Indians did not rub in the face. Pakistani, had a quiet walk out of the stadium.
Yeah, this one single match, we'll talk more as we progress into the tournament. Any last thoughts before we drop off, Arun, with this episode of the great match between India and Pakistan?
It's a fantastic match, but I think, India's got to look at it. The match going forward, all their batting flaws got swept under the rug. Had India lost, you can imagine all the knives would have been out.
True.
So they escaped the wrath of Indian fans because there was pathetic batting.
Yeah.
They got lucky and the bowlers bailed them out, but they cannot expect in the tournament of World Cup to be bailed out twice. So they should be thankful, but there's a lot of issues with batting that needs to get addressed soon.
I agree with you, Arun. The bowling bails us out every time, but there are some cracks in the batting. Virat especially, there is no concern with Virat. He's Virat. He's great. He'll come back. But now when we come to the Super 8, that is when we need to tighten a few things. They didn't do that well against the US, right, who they beat, but it was not very convincing. Surya and Dubey had to bail us out. But hopefully we keep on improving from here on out in each and every game. So that's our episode for today, folks. We just wanted to focus on this one great game and get all the live action that Arun encountered in New York and listen to some of his experiences. We'll talk about some of the key matches as we go well into the tournament or closer to the semifinals and finals. Please like, subscribe, and share with your network. We are still growing, so we would like to get out.
Finally, Sourin, you were prompt on Mother's Day, but not Father's Day weekend.
Nobody gives a shit about Father's Day. That's the honest truth. But regardless, to all our boys out there, happy Father's Day.
Talking about yourself, I'm sure.
Yes.
But
thank you.
To all the fathers, happy Father's Day.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, Sourin. Have a good day.